Hello everyone, Simon here, welcome back to Psychonauts 2. We have 5,000 Titanium again, let's go spend some money! What do we have?
Well, if it isn't my favorite customer.
That's right, I'm your favorite customer. I don't have any of those. Favorite customer! We can't buy any of those, right? We sold out on those. Pins! So this does more physical damage. I might buy this? Is Mental Magnet or Strikeout better? Mental Magnet's not that important. It's a little bit important for healing during combat. You don't have to be as close. Maybe I take out the Sensory Overload with the Strike.
Excellent choice.
Because the Sensory Overload is only for sensors. And there are a lot of sensors, but not everybody's a sensor. Oh, this one.
Just what I was going to recommend.
That gives you a discount at the shop. But we have infinite titanium anyway, so it's not that important.
I'll admit, the main appeal of that one is looks.
So more titanium drops and discounts at the shop, but we don't actually need those.
Great! Great that I finally got rid of that. Whew.
Oh, look at that. So we've bought all the pins that we can so far. We do have more abilities, and that will get us more pins later on to buy. And then
I'm not saying your face has flaws, but if it does, this will fix them. Hypothetically. That'll really snazz up those snaps.
right, go ahead and buy our photo filters. Okay, we bought everything. We bought everything in the shop. Might as well buy a bunch of these too.
Idea. Let's make a side challenge marker and get you ranked up. Idea. Let's make a side challenge marker and get you ranked up. Idea. Let's make a side challenge marker.
I don't think I'll ever need that many. But I might as well, right? Okay, so now we are going to the barber shop and checking out what Ford is doing in here.
Excuse me, Ford?
Sorry, with a client right now. Obviously.
Think you'll be done with the haircut soon?
Think you'll be done with that haircut soon?
Please, you can't rush an artist.
Are you an artist?
I see a big missing chunk on this side.
What's that?
Not to fear, only temporary. All part of the process.
Would you mind if I jumped into your mind for a second? Just to even out some split ends.
If it'll keep you quiet, then go right ahead.
Alright, we're going inside Ford's mind for the third time. This time it's here. Oh, I need health. Oh, did you see that? I punched it twice and it broke. In fact, I might have punched it once and it broke. So the melee damage upgrade is doing work already. International Hair Road. International Hair Road. Grulovia invaded. Tsar Theodore's desperate plea for help. Grulovia invaded. Invaded by who? Maybe it doesn't even matter. Okay, there's nothing back there. What is happening? I don't see anything.
Someone's looking a little shaggy. Well, not to worry. A fresh cut and you'll feel like a whole new person. Just make sure you cut away the right parts, or your old friends will recognize you.
Cut away the right.
I'm here to recover a piece of Ford's mind, and something tells me it's up in that lighthouse.
What if he tried to cut away the bad memories, and he made a mistake, and he just cut himself to pieces completely? Like, cut his whole mind to pieces. Because how did he end up like that, right? How did Ford end up? What is that? What is that? Oh, it's a switch? Wait.
Yep.
I can't see what's going on. It's kind of dark, isn't it?
I'll take this nugget.
Right. Am I gonna wisdom? Everything's made of hair. The trees are made of hair. Oh, there's waves. Interesting. Oh, the water's coming in. The whole place is being flooded. Alright, so this is Grulovia. Maligula. Flooding Grulovia. We're thinking about the story of Maligula, right? So she... I don't want to spoil too much. But basically Grulovia asked her for help, and she went back to help. And in helping... I guess she killed people in the war, and that changed her. Should I talk a lot about this, or should I not talk a lot about this? So you're like good people. I mean, let's say there are good people and bad people. I don't know if you believe that. But let's say there are good people and bad people. Good people aren't necessarily able to imagine what it's like to be a bad person. Oh, you can't stop that. Or like, they can't really imagine how bad a bad person can be. And so for example, alright, let me give you some concrete examples. For example, wait, how do I get up there? To come from the other side? Let's say like you have a mass murderer, a terrorist. A mass murderer says to you, I'm willing to kill 100 people, but I wouldn't kill 1,000 people. and so like, how do you respond to that? Like, you're willing to kill... Oh, could I have gotten up there? Hold on. You're willing to kill 100 people, but not 1,000 people, and you like, maybe in your mind you're thinking like, what the hell's the difference? Like, what's the difference between killing 100 and 1,000? Aren't you a mass murderer either way? But what I'm trying to say is, even in evil, there are nuances, right? I mean... Ew. From a purely... Alright, so I can't actually do this yet. You know, like a... If you just do the math, right? Obviously killing 1,000 people is 10 times worse than killing 100 people. But for normal people like us, you're a mass murderer either way, and you might not be able to distinguish between one and the other, right? Because you like, it's so terrible. Somebody tells you they've killed 100 people, and a different person tells you they've killed 1,000 people. Would you treat them differently, or would you treat them basically the same? They're both mass murderers. You would treat them the same. High and tight. Bizarre's mysterious new weapon, friendly floods. Right. Is it that I can't get through here yet? I can't get through here yet. Let's go back down. Ugh. I wanted to land on that platform. Let's try that again.
Yep.
So, what I'm trying to say is when Lucretia, like in the war, maybe she killed 100 people. But maybe in her mind, that just makes her a murderer now. And now that she's a murderer, she doesn't see the difference between that and continuing to murder more people, you see what I mean? Because Lucretia, from what everybody has told us so far, she was a good person. Like, when she was dating Ford, she was a good person. And so she, like, a good person, they don't spend a lot of time thinking about murdering. And maybe I spend too much time thinking about murdering. But they don't spend much time thinking about murdering, and so they, in their minds, they don't have the, like, they don't think about the nuance between killing 100 people and 1,000 people. And so once she starts killing people, she kind of, maybe she loses perspective. And you see this, right? You see this in a lot of fiction. You see this, like once a person starts doing something bad, they decide, oh, I guess I'm a bad person now, and then they just continue doing bad things. It's not like, oh, I do one bad thing and then I stop. They don't do that because, like, they don't have the perspective that, you know, just because you've killed 100 people doesn't mean you're condemned forever to keep killing 1,000 people. I don't know if I'm making sense or not. Like, to just kill 100 people and then say, alright, I'll stop now, and then come back and then stop killing people. That's not something that happens very often. I don't know if I should talk about real world things. It might be a little bit too real, right? But like a lot of mass shootings, a lot of school shootings, what happens is somebody kills a bunch of people, and then they kill themselves. It happens a lot. Usually that's what happens. Because once they kill somebody, they realize, oh my god, I'm a murderer now. And they can't live with that. They can't live with that and stay sane. They can't just like go back to how they were before. Because like people have difficulty with that. Which, I don't know, maybe we should think about that more. Maybe we should think about murdering people more. Like, if you murdered like 10 people, could you just stop? And just like, alright, we go back and I'm done now. Like, could you do that calmly? Most people can't. Based on empirical evidence, most people can't just go back. Malik raises, the sharpest blade is the one you never feel. Yeah. Anyway, that's the blades. Yeah, so most people, interestingly... Oh, wait a minute. I'm not supposed to go this way? Hold on. I was talking about murdering people. I didn't pay attention to where I'm going. Alright, so I'm not supposed to go this way. Oh. Are those switches or are those not switches? These are not switches. And then the other question is like, can you... I didn't mean to do that. Can you forgive the person who murdered 100 people? And what does that even mean, to forgive them? Oh, what am I doing? Because look, if you can't imagine forgiving somebody who's killed 100 people, then you can't imagine somebody else forgiving you after you've done that, see what I mean?
Yep.
You just can't imagine that happening. And so then you don't forgive yourself. It's not fire.
They made of asbestos?
What? You want flammable bugs on your head? Not safe.
Oh, what's that?
Yeah, get lost, lights.
You think you get rid of those things, but they always seem to come back.
Alright, I figured it out. It's over there. Yeah, so if you can't imagine anybody forgiving somebody who killed 100 people, I'm guessing like maybe that's what Lucretia Marx thought. Like she couldn't imagine forgiving somebody who killed 100 people, and so she couldn't imagine that Ford would forgive her, and so she just like gave up on that and then continued murdering people because she gave up on being a good person. Maybe. Like, what is the psychology behind that, right? We've seen that before. Okay, then we go back to playing the game. It's a bad position for that. Oh, what? Okay, first of all, I pressed the wrong button.
Yep.
Depth perception. Depth perception. Alright, look at what? Why? I didn't let go that time. That was the game. Okay. So, next up, we have that thing. I mean, I'm supposed to break that. I forgot how to break that.
Ugh, more of these things.
Hey, now, this is their home. You're just a visitor.
Okay, that.
Die, you annoying pests.
Oh my. Well, accidents happen.
Yeah, that was no accident. That was brilliant problem solving.
Oh yeah, no, the headlights is a metaphor for all the people Lucretia Marx killed. So you start seeing people as like abstract numbers, or like just a crowd, and not as individual people, and then you just murder them. The crew noir hair dye. For a new and darker you. For a new and darker you. Don't do that. So the stuff back there. I mean, yeah, no. So what I want to say is, like, try to imagine yourself forgiving a mass murderer. Not really to forgive the mass murderer, but in preparation for forgiving yourself when you do something bad. Because if you can't forgive yourself when you do something bad, then the logic is there's no going back, and so you only keep going, and you don't turn back. You see what I mean? So if you can't forgive yourself, you are preparing yourself for greater evil.
Here's the steamer trunk tag.
Whereas if you can forgive yourself, then you might be able to find your way back to not being evil. Is the logic that I'm trying to get to. I don't know if you think I'm crazy or not. Maybe you think I'm crazy. I'm guessing most people haven't even thought about this. Because like people usually, normal people, unlike me, normal people can't imagine themselves murdering 1,000 people, right? Why would you do that? Why would you imagine that? But that's the problem. If you can't imagine that, then you're not prepared. for if it happens. I mean, why would it happen? But if it does happen, you're not prepared. Highest turn in Grulovia. New War Minister rides wave of victories. Yeah, look at her. Like, even in that photo, she's already looking dead inside. Like, she's already, like, kind of lost all sense of joy and happiness. Because, I mean, by that point, she's already killing people, right? And yeah, no, she just couldn't imagine, after killing a bunch of people, that any of her old friends would still accept her. Alright, got half a mind. Psychonauts summoned. Side time, number 1 brain. Paranormal Person of the Year, Maligula. Cranial Chronicle Extra. Damn destruction drowns dozens in destabilized dictatorship. Dozens. I said 1,000 people. She only killed dozens, by the way. You're not. You only dozens, Maligula. Don't get too stressed out over it. You're not as crazy as me. I thought thousands. It's only dozens. Calm down. Tsar flees coup d'etat. Oh wait, did Maligula coup the Tsar as well? Psychic times. Can no one stop Mad Maligula? Yeah, no, Maligula just went all the way. She went all the way because she couldn't imagine how she could go back. Like when people are too nice and they can't imagine themselves doing evil, they end up like this. They can't imagine going back. After they've done something wrong, they can't imagine going back. And so they keep going. So what I'm saying is, don't be too nice. Be a little bit evil. Not actually hurt people, but like imagine hurting people. And what would you do afterwards? Like spend time thinking about that. Preparing for maybe one day you do something you regret. Like how do you deal with that? Alright, so the Psychonauts go and try and stop Maligula. It didn't work. Well, it worked, they stopped her, but they also took losses along the way. Maligula. Right, so they're kind of unhappy about what they have to do. Ford goes first. He probably feels responsible. I'm maxed out.
No.
Oh, what? Holding attacks? It's not holding, it's bad. Maligula. Oh, another guy back there. Every time.
No.
I'm so bad. So you shouldn't just hit him. Alright, let me get my pyro.
No.
Maligula.
Ugh, so sick of these bugs. Well, at least I know how to deal with them now.
Sick of these bugs. That's what she said.
Oh! Sorry, insects, but you're in my way. Huh?
What have you done?
Cleaned up the streets?
Those were peaceful protesters, Lucy.
Lucy?
Yeah. Nope.
Oh! I think I hear some emotional baggage nearby.
Victory shampoo. Wash away the sins of the day. Looking for figments. We are 4 figments short. And in fact, let me just look out. Into the distance. What the hell is that? That's a light on the grass? Why is it like that? That thing there, just above my head, that there? What is that? And then there's a pink thing there, is that a figment? No, it's a switch, it's one of these switches. I think I've gotten everything, I don't know for sure though. Right, nothing back there.
Lucy, is that really you?
Ford, it's me, Raz.
Are you really the same person I used to know?
Ford, I just saw you. Remember the bacon?
I can't even recognize the person you become. I feel a bad storm gathering. Drawn close. Very close.
Dude, that's
hey
the wrong
guys,
thing to say.
That's a little bit too close, okay?
It's the wrong thing to say. I can't even recognize the person. Like, you want them to come back, right? And when you say that, you are telling them that you don't think they can come back. So that's the wrong thing to say. What's happening? Ah, instant death. What? You die immediately? Were there figments? Okay, there are figments here. I'm too short. Unbelievable. Excuse me for being bad. But there's a thing back here, hold on. Okay, so the figment here. Okay, I see it. Well, I'm glad I came back, actually. Alright, so we grab all the figments. Nice, good job. Good job for failing. Which means that we can get this now. All according
That's
to
it.
plan.
I think I
Yeah.
collected every figment in this mine.
Yeah, all the figments. Let me get up here.
Wait a minute. You're not Lucy.
It is such a relief to hear you say that.
You're something from deep inside her. Something dangerous we accidentally unlocked.
That's also not the right thing to say. That's like saying like the real you was the mass murderer all along. No, you shouldn't say that. You shouldn't suggest that it came from inside her. Because that's like saying, oh, the mass murderer, that's the real you. Because that's deep inside you. I mean, that's all the wrong things to say, right? What you should say is, Lucy, you are not, like, this is not you. I don't know if that's gonna work either, anyway.
Hey, you lousy little Mike, how'd you get in here? Don't push me. I'll gargle a whole bottle of hydrocide if I need to.
Lucretia went to Grulovia.
She went back to protect her family, to help her country. Oh, but it changed her. War changes everybody. Inside all of us, we all have dark roots. Well, sometimes we need that darkness to survive. Careful. Sometimes it's hard to get it back in the bottle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rasputin,
Agent Cruller, how do you feel?
I've done a terrible thing. And so have you.
But we just wanted to undo what Maligula did to you.
Maligula didn't do this to me. That's the first thing I've learned in here. The rest, you're gonna have to see for yourself.
Ford, what is it?
See for yourself.
Alright, well, I've been rambling a lot this video. I'm gonna have to take a break here. When we come back, we find out about Ford's dark secrets. Alright, see you next time.